Hello everyone and welcome back after a long time to Fabled Lands. Now I did a video on this way back, several months ago anyway, at the beginning of the year, and yeah, on the demo. And now I've gotten the full game and figured I'd do a playthrough of it. And we're starting from scratch. So we'll be making a new character today. And yeah, let's just get started, eh? Okay. You seek fame through adventure and the glory of battle. You left your homeland when an extended outbreak of peace made your skills redundant there. You are blunt and outspoken, but scrupulously follow the warrior's code. You know the Merchants Guild in Yellowport needs assistance. And we have tactical assessment. By examining your opponent's weaknesses, you're able to exploit them, gaining +1 damage. The enemies will adapt in 4 turns. And stunning blow. Rush forward in a straight line to any enemy within 4 range, hitting it for 50% max weapon damage and pushing it to adjacent unoccupied tile. The enemy is also stunned for 1 round. And let's go for that, I guess. That should be normal difficulty. Yeah, let's do that. You are alone in an open boat waiting for death. How your life has changed since that day when you set out from your homeland across the unbounded ocean. You had signed on board a ship with the hope of visiting a dozen ports and seeing 1,000 wonders, but calamity overtook your voyage in the first week when pirates swooped down upon the vessel. You and a handful of shipmates managed to get the cutter down into the water and were making off, but some of the pirates leapt down the rail right in your midst. The fighting was hard. You remember little of it now, but when it was over, the boat was awash with blood, and you were the only one left alive. Of your own ship and the pirates' craft there was no sign. The current had carried you out of sight of any living thing. Continue. Best not to think how you've survived since then. At the mercy of the wind and sea currents, you have been swept steadily westward into regions completely unknown to you. Drinking water has been your biggest problem. You've had to rely on rain, and there has been none for days. Your body is weak, your spirits low. Then, just as death seems ready to draw his boat alongside, you see something that kindles new hope. White clouds, birds turning high above, the gray hump of land on the horizon. Steering towards the shore, you feel the cutter lurch as it enters rough water. The wind whips up plumes of spindrift and breakers pound the cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. The little boat is spun around out of control and goes plunging towards the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is the snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear, then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously up onto the beach. It's time to begin your adventure! Battered and bedraggled, you lie gasping for breath until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time in getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. His eyes have a feverish bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. "Well, well, well, what have we here, friends?" asks the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, although you are certain he is alone. "Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me," he says in answer to his own question. "All wet and out of luck." He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. "Is this the Isle of the Druids?" you ask impatiently. Indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Harkuna. But I think you may have much to do here, as it is written in the stars that someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Scour the remnants washed ashore. You find a small vial holding a reddish concoction. You bless your good fortune when you recognize it as a healing potion. Follow the old man. During your short trip upward, the old man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. Make a move. Yeah, let's go. You reach a hill covered with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly lain. Here are the gates of the world, says the mad old man. The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 archways, each carven with mystic symbols and runes of power. Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Harkuna, though I know not where, explains the old man. Suddenly, he passes his hands over you, mumbling a prayer to the gods. You receive a special blessing. This allows you to re-roll any failed roll once. After making a second attempt at the roll, whether successful or not, the blessing is used up. You gain a luck blessing. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. Continue. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with its name: Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. From here, you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Explore the island further. I mean, we're here, so might as well explore it. You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops. Make a move. Well, you could go to the forest, the coastline, trading post, or the coastal road, which we do not know what is there. Let's go to the city. Feels like a smart move. The trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow, who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna the Huntress, goddess of nature. Well, let's go to the temple, shall we? You want to see how the divine is represented in this settlement. Visit the Shrine of Lacuna. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees, and a deer darts away into the forest as you approach. A priestess is tending a low altar where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. And what about the other one then? The Temple of Nagil? Nagil is the lord of the lands of the dead, and his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A scroll tacked to the wall reads, "Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness, see Temple Warden." I know I went with Lacuna last time during the demo, so maybe go with this. Visit the Warden? The warden is in charge of security. We have had an unfortunate, accident, he says worriedly. In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. You know, the occasional zombie part of the rituals in honor of the particular aspect of Nagil we revere here. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night. We'd rather someone like you sorted the problem out before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head. Accept the mission. You take up the mission. Search for it at night, says the warden as you leave. Resurrection arrangements? Resurrection costs 200 shards if you are an initiate, 600 shards if not. It is the last word of insurance. Once you have arranged for resurrection, you need not fear death, as you will be magically restored to life here at the temple. You can have only one resurrection arranged at any one time. If you arrange resurrection later at a different temple, the original one is cancelled. You will not get a refund. Okay, well, let's become an initiate. Becoming an initiate of Nagil gives you the benefit of paying less for services the temple can offer. You cannot do this if you are already an initiate of another temple. To become an initiate, you have to pass a priestly exam. If you want to take the exam, you will have to make a sanctity check at difficulty 10. Sure, take an exam to become an initiate. You prepare mentally for the upcoming test. Roll dice. Okay. Ability checks. Blessings, usually obtained in temples, are a vital tool in your repertoire to significantly improve the odds of the dice in your favor, but remember, you can still fail a 91% success roll. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a fail. Use a blessing. The gods sometimes smile upon the worthy. You are given a second chance. Oh, look at that. Success. Successful sanctity roll. Nagil has been recorded as your god in your adventure sheet. Okay, leave the temple. Mustache in market. Quayside. Let's see if there's any quests maybe here. Or not. The Green Man Inn costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured, up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. Okay. Market. Well, I mean, I honestly don't actually know what I have equipped, so maybe check that first. Okay, we do not have a very good weapon. 1 to 3, okay. And +2. Okay. Oh, that's +1. 1 to 6. Ooh, 3 to 5. I like the mace. Yeah, let's buy that. Yes. Compass. You'll never lose your way, provided your way only goes north. Good one. Let's switch that out. House stash. You found an abandoned house which you claim as your own. When back in town view, click on the chest icon to access your new personal storage. Note that any items or shards that you store here are accessible from any house you may obtain. Nice. Wayside. No, I don't want to go anywhere. Lore. You set out that night on your quest to find the ghoul. Alright. Okay, well that wasn't good. Failed magic roll. You're not sure where to start looking for the ghouls, so you wander around looking for stories, strange murders, anything that might put you on its trail. I just keep failing everything. You hear some rumors doing the rounds in the taverns. The trail of gruesome murders and tales of terror leads you to an old cemetery in a near-deserted part of the old quarter. It is early morning, only an hour or so before dawn, so you have almost no time before the ghoul goes into hiding. You thread your way through the pitted tombstones and brooding crypts of the cemetery under a pale moon that bathes the graveyard in a sickly, pallid light. Suddenly, a foul stench fills your nostrils, and a figure rises up out of the shadows. Yellow eyes glow with feral bloodlust, and the creature sinks its black teeth into your arm before you can react. Exploration. In general, diseases can be cured at the Temple of Maka, while curses can be removed at the Tower of Bakan. However, you can discover more efficient ways to do it. You lose 4 stamina. No! You have been infected. You now have a disease. Ghoul bite. Yeah, I can see it there. Until you find a cure, you have 1 point subtracted from your Sanctity, Combat, and Charisma abilities. No ability can drop below 1. The ghoul, a rotting walking corpse, lunges for you again. Invoke the power of the gods. Let's fight it. A desperate battle ensues. Fight! Alright. Here we have our special ones. Yeah. Ooh, 5 to 15. Damn! 3 action points. I have 3. Or no, I have 6. Let's do that. And end turn. Again, let's defend. Well, unfortunately, I can't really do anything right now. Yeah. That was not good. Honestly, let's do that. Kind of want to try and well, ow, forgot to do that. I don't think I'm gonna survive this, honestly. All right. I just find it highly unlikely that I will. I don't like that over its head. Ah, boy. Something at least. I just have to kite them, or kite it, to try to survive. Alright. Well, I might actually be dead here. Or not. Yep. Continue. Lol. Defeated by a lonely ghoul. An unfortunate end to your adventures, however, since you have arranged a resurrection deal. You do not fear death, as you know you will be magically restored to life at the Temple of Nagil. Yeah, but didn't that cost 200? Use a resurrection deal? Or I guess not. You're restored to life at the Temple of Nagil. In the trading post, your stamina is back to normal score. The possessions and cash you were carrying at the time of your death are lost. So I don't have a weapon? That's not good. While diseases and wounds go, curses are attached to the soul, so they aren't so easily shaken off. Also remember that your resurrection deal is now off as it has been used. Nagil has taken you from the barge of souls that sails to the lands of the dead and returned you to us, declares the high priest. Okay, well, let's I mean, I don't really want to leave. Oh, I do still have my weapon. That's weird. I guess I lost the weapon I had in my bag. Oh, let's go and explore. You make your way around the coast. The interior of the island appears to be heavily forested. After a while, however, you come to a bay in which a couple of ships are anchored. A small settlement nestles on the beach. Honestly, I am going to end this episode here. So yeah, we're gonna check on that settlement in the next one. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!